In today's video, we're going to show you how to set up a conversion action for phone calls in Google Ads the new way, because we've noticed that Google have rolled out new updates with regards to how they want us to set up conversion actions, which are designed to, make the process more seamless and simple. But in a lot of cases, people are struggling with setting up their conversion actions because they're used to doing it in a specific way. So I said I'd make this video showing you how to set up a conversion action for a phone call on your website the new way that Google requires us to do so. Because unfortunately, when Google roll out these new updates, it doesn't let us, just stick with the old version. So we're going to show you how to set up the new conversion action and also how to make sure that the phone call conversion tracking is actually working as well. Now, in the last video, we showed you how to do this for form submission specifically. And in this video, we're going to do the exact same thing for phone calls. So to create a new conversion action for phone calls, we're just going to go to create conversion action. And now when it comes to, the type of conversion we want to measure, we're looking to measure for conversions from phone calls on our website. So that's what we're going to choose in this case. So conversions from phone calls, and then just press continue. And for what do we want to measure, we're just going to choose phone call lead. Now, the options here we have are to either set up calls from ads, which would usually be called from a call only ad or a call extension, or calls from website visits. Now, since this is setting up a conversion action for a phone call from our landing page, we're going to go with calls from website visits. So we'll press setup. And now we're actually going to go through both of these options in this video. And the first one is when somebody calls a number shown on my website, and the other is when somebody makes a call by clicking a number on my website. And we're actually going to show you both of these, because if for any reason when somebody calls you on the website that the conversion action isn't working for that, then the next best option is to have conversion actions set up for when somebody clicks the phone number on the website. Because even though not every time somebody clicks on the phone number on the website it leads to a call, you can still say that in about 80% of cases that this will be the case. So we're just going to press someone calls a number shown on the website. So firstly, we're going to set up the conversion action for when somebody actually calls you with the phone number on your website. Now, what's really important here as well is that we enter in the phone number exactly how it's displayed on our site. So we're going to go back to the landing page that we have. And now obviously this isn't a real phone number, but we're just going to copy the number that we have here and just show you for demonstration purposes. And we'll come back to Google Ads and put in the phone number here, and also make sure it's selected to the right country format as well. So we're selecting this as an Irish number, but obviously this would be, whatever, country you're based in. And then we're going to choose use this event. And then before we save and continue, we can actually press settings to make sure that we're happy with all the settings of this. So you can see, first of all, for action optimization, we want to select it as a primary action used for bidding, because if somebody calls us from our landing page, then we want that to count as an actual conversion inside our Google Ads campaign. Now, the next conversion action we'll be setting up, which will be a click on the phone number on the website. That can be listed as a secondary action just to collect data on, since it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to call you 100% of the time. But for when somebody actually calls you in this case, then we definitely want to select this as a primary action so that Google counts it as a conversion each time we get a phone call. And by default, then the conversion name you'll be given is when somebody calls this number that you've already selected, so we can keep that as is. And for the value, then you just want to choose don't use a value for the which is what we'd always recommend for lead generation. And for the count, then you can keep as one. And phone numbers you should be able to keep the same as well, since we already entered that in. And call length, then it's completely up to yourself, but we generally prefer to choose a call length of 1 second, as we want to track all phone calls as conversions just to gather as much relevant conversion data as possible. And then for a click-through conversion window and attribution, you can keep those the same and just press done. And now that we've set up our conversion action and our settings, all we have to do is just press save and continue. And also just press finish to confirm that we've set it up. So now that we've set up the conversion action itself, now we want to confirm that, we're actually going to track each phone call as a conversion. So to set up the conversion tracking itself for phone calls, we want to come back into the conversion action. And for the tag setup now, we're going to choose use Google Tag Manager. So we're given a conversion ID then and a conversion label, both of which we're going to use in just a moment. But first of all, we need to create an account inside Google Tag Manager. So we go to tagmanager.google.com, and once you're in there, then we can create an account. And for this case, for this video, we're just going to choose this, conversion action from video, just for reference. And for the country, then you're just going to choose the country. It makes most sense to choose the country of the phone number that you're using. and we can call the container name the same as what we call the account name. And for target platform, then we're just going to choose web and press create. And you also just want to agree to these terms and conditions as well and press yes. And now once we've initially made our tag manager account, we're going to be given a head and a body tag that we have to paste into our landing page, so that way we're able to make sure that the conversion tracking is working properly. So what we want to do first is copy the head tag and then come back to our landing page, and we're going to go to the JavaScript code or wherever you can copy and paste in these tags. It can vary depending on the landing page software that you're using, or website builder if you're using WordPress, for example. But this is also where we came for the last video when we showed you how to set up landing page form submission conversion tracking. But it's a similar process in terms of phone calls as well, where we're going to go to add new script, and we're going to call this one head tag for reference, as it's the head tag we're pasting in. So we want to paste in the tag, and for position, we're going to go with head, and for page, we're going to go with both. And then we just press add script. And now we're going to come back to the tag manager and copy and paste the body tag. And now again, we're just going to go to add new script, and we're going to call this one body tag. And now this time we're going to go with body bottom, and we can also say both pages as well. So we're going to paste in the body tag and then just add new script. And now that way then we have the tags from Tag Manager installed on our landing page. So now we just have to actually go through the rest of the tag setup inside Tag Manager itself. So what we're going to do then inside Tag Manager is go to tags, and then we can just press new. And in tag configuration then, we're going to go with Google Ads. And now Google Ads calls from website conversion because that's the conversion tracking we're setting up. And for the displayed phone number to replace, we want to make sure that this is the exact same as the one in our conversion action and on our landing page. So we're going to make sure the exact same displayed phone number is going to be replaced. And now we have to go back to Google Ads to get our conversion ID and our conversion label. So once we have our conversion actions set up, as mentioned, we go to the tag setup, and under use Google Tag Manager, you can see here we have our conversion ID and conversion label. And now we're just going to copy and paste both of those into the conversion ID and conversion label boxes inside Tag Manager. And once you have your conversion ID and your conversion label pasted in, we come down here to the bottom to triggering, and we're just going to choose all pages, and then we can press save. And you can call this whatever you like from reference as well, or else keep it as is, but it's your Google Ads calls from website conversion. And you can rename this if you like, but apart from that, then just press save. The next thing you want to do then is set up your conversion linker. And to do that, then all you have to do is go back to new tag, tag configuration, and press conversion linker. And we don't need to do anything else here, but go to triggering and just press all pages for triggering, and then press save and save again. So that's our conversion linker setup. And what we're also going to do as well is we want to make sure that conversion tracking is working as well as a secondary action, as we mentioned, for when somebody just clicks the phone number on our website. So not necessarily calls it, but when they just click on the phone number itself, just as a secondary measure, just so we're collecting data on that as well. Just in case for any reason in the future that the phone call conversion tracking itself isn't working, we're still gathering enough data on how many people are clicking on the phone number on our website, so we still get an idea of how many calls we're getting. And so to do that then, back inside our Google Ads account, we can create a conversion action again. And we're going to stick with conversions from phone calls again, as it's still for phone call conversion tracking. And we're going to press phone call lead again. And calls from website visits, we're also going to choose that again. And the only difference in this case is that we choose somebody makes a call by clicking a number on our website, which we're just going to track as a secondary conversion action, just to make sure that we're covering ourselves from all angles. So we're just going to use this event, and we can come to settings again just to make sure that that's set up as we like. And you can also just call this click to call. We're just going to reference this for video, but you can call it whatever you like. But this is just when somebody clicks to call on our website, so you can keep it as is. And again, for value, we just go don't choose a value. And for count, we keep as 1. And click through conversion window, future, and attribution, they can all be kept the same. So we just press done. And once we have that done, then again, we can just press save and continue. And then all we have to just do is press finish again. And to come back to our conversion action again here to actually add the conversion label and linker to Google Tag Manager. And for tag setup, we just want to go with Google Tag Manager. And now we're going to do the same process where we copy and paste our conversion ID and conversion label. And now to set up this tag, what we want to do is press new again. And for tag configuration, we want to go with Google Ads again. But in this case, since we're only tracking the click to the call and not the call itself, we're just going to go with Google Ads conversion tracking itself in this case. And we do the same thing again by copying and pasting conversion ID and label as mentioned. And you can leave these other boxes as blank. We only need the conversion ID and label. And so we just come down here to triggering again. And we're not going to choose all pages this time, but instead we're just going to come up to this blue plus icon here. And under trigger configuration, we're going to go to under click here, we just press just links. And then we just press wait for tags. And we want our page path to contain the slash icon. And then under some link clicks, we want to go to choose built-in variable, and we want to go with click URL contains TEL double dot here. So that way we're setting up tracking where it's only tracked as a secondary conversion when the link that the person clicks on the website contains TEL, because any link with a phone number on it will have this TEL attached to it. So that's how we know that we're just setting up a conversion action for when somebody clicks on the call button. So we just press save for that and press save again, and you can press save again. And instead of Google Ads conversion tracking, just to make sure we differentiate this, we can call this one click to call, and then just press save again. And now we have all of our tags set up to make sure that conversion tracking is actually working. So now we just press submit and publish and continue. And now we're going to come back to Workspace again and go back to tags. And what we're going to do now is preview, and this is where we make sure that the tags fire and that our conversion tracking is working. So we're going to grab our landing page URL that we have published and installed our head and body tag on, and come back to the tag assistant to paste in the URL and press connect. And you should see here that your landing page itself opens. And also what you should see here now straight away is that the Google Ads calls from website, so when somebody calls you and the conversion linker itself are both fired, which is exactly what we want to see. And now we see that right now the Google Ads click to call, so when somebody clicks on the call button, hasn't fired yet because we haven't actually clicked the button. But what we can see now is that this tag will be fired once we click here. So as you can see now, we'll click on this button, and you can see now that this tag was also fired as well. So we have confirmed now as well that the conversion actions that we've just set up are accurately tracking conversions. So we have the conversion actions and the conversion tracking set up properly now. So you can just press finish then, or even X out of your landing page, and you can go out of tag assistance now as well because we're done with that. And once you're back inside your conversion summary as well, it will take some time for these conversion actions to go from inactive to no recent conversions as a status, but you can give it a few hours and it'll automatically change status, so you don't need to worry about it changing straight away. And one last thing as well is that it's completely optional, but for the click to call conversion action, we generally prefer to keep that as a secondary conversion action rather than primary, because it doesn't necessarily mean every time that they call you, but it's only when somebody clicks on the phone number on your website. Now, I hope this video helped when it comes to the new way of setting up your call conversion action, and also making sure that the conversion tracking is working for that call conversion action. Now, for tracking phone calls especially, there is quite a few more steps than form submissions for making sure that you're tracking conversions accurately. So if you do have any questions at all about anything we went through in this video, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you do like this kind of Google Ads related content as well, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as we'll be posting all things related to Google Ads here daily. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video.